When you hear your name, just come up to the podium and tell us your name and address. Application number 789-24, Jared Ruff and Amanda Gargano. Permission to leave roofed-over porch having side yard of 13.83 feet instead of required 14, and floor area ratio of 25.14% instead of permitted 25%. Residence B District, west side of Milligan Lane, 78.5 feet south of Merritt Street, West Islip.
Good evening.
Good evening. Jared Ruff, 510 Milligan Lane, West Islip.
You're just here on the roofed over porch and the floor area ratio?
Yes.
Okay, any questions from the board?
Yes, I have a question. Did these violations of the law exist when you purchased the house?
No.
Can you tell us how many violations existed by the prior owners, please? We have about 37.
Planning, do you have any questions?
None that I'm aware of.
No.
Good answer.
Is there anyone else who would like to be heard in this matter? All right, I'll take a motion.
I'll make a motion that we grant the application.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Application is granted. Sorry about the previous owner.
Application number 790-24, Michael and Maria Bentavenia. Permission to leave pool patio having side yard of 0.6 feet instead of required 6 feet. Residence A District, north side of Matthews Road, 499.78 feet east of Windmill Road, Oakdale.
Good evening.
Name and address, please.
Michael Bentavecna, 254 Matthews Road in Oakdale.
Thank you. You're here on the pool patio?
What's that?
You're here for the pool patio?
Yes.
side yard? Yes. Any questions from the board?
No questions.
Planning, any comments on this?
No comment.
13 years?
Your former neighbors okay?
Yes.
Now you're still there.
I have someone who bought the house from me last time, and now this is a house that's 2 doors down from where I live now.
Is this going
You live
to
on Matthews?
right? Is this going to be a constant problem?
Do you know that he's one of your neighbors?
I do now.
Is there anyone else who would like to be heard in this application? No, all right, can I take a motion, please? Can I get a motion, please?
Make a motion. Okay, make a motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Application is granted. I'm sorry about your neighbor.
Thank you.
Problems with him, pull up.
Drive the other direction.
No, call Billy, not us.
Application number 791-24, Phyllis Ferrantello. Permission to leave pool patio having second front yard of 16.9 feet instead of required 30 feet, and patio having rear yard of 2.8 feet instead of required 4 feet. Residence AA District, northwest corner of Union Street and Walnut Avenue, Bohemia.
Good evening, members of the board. My name is Michael Darkangelis, Unique Holdings LLC of Oakdale. Address 144 Carlton Avenue, East Islip. Anyway, on this application, we had 2 variances previously granted, and one was for the pool house and the pool. We were very strict about making sure we adhered to that variance. And then after getting final inspection, we were told that our paving stones around the pool were larger than they were supposed to be. Phyllis's plan here, this is Phyllis Ferrantello next to me.
I think it's taking some time. Our experts have reviewed this thoroughly, yes?
Yes.
Planning, any comments on this matter? No comment. Is there anyone else who would like to be heard in this matter? All right, I'll take a motion, please.
Make a motion to approve the application.
Application is granted.
Thank you. Have a nice night. Thank you very much.
Application number 792-24, Felix and Lorianne Bustelo. Permission to leave patio and driveway on side property line not having required setback of 4 feet. Residence AAA District, west side of Awixa Avenue, 432.4 feet north of South Street, Bay Shore.
Hi,
Name and address, please.
I'm Felix Bustello, Lorianne Bustello, 102 Wicks Avenue, Bay Shore, New York.
And you're just here for the patio and driveway and the side yard?
Yes.
Okay. Any comments from the board?
Nothing.
Planning, any comments on this?
No
application?
comment.
Is there anyone else who would like to be heard in this application? I'll take a motion, please. All in favor?
Aye.
Application is granted.
Okay, great. Thank you very much. Happy holidays.
No,
Unless you want to watch,
you always want to watch. You're really bored.
you don't want to see the babysitter.
Application number 793-24, Claudette Smith. Permission to establish accessory apartment pursuant to Islip Town Code, Section 68-602. Residence AA District, south side of DeKalb Avenue, 200 feet west of Fulton Street, Brentwood.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen of the board. My name is Claudette Smith. I live at 18 DeKalb Avenue in Brentwood. And I'm here to get your permission to, if I could get my basement,
Thank you.
accessory apartment.
Thank you. Planning, any comments on this?
No comment.
No, is there anyone else who would like to be heard in this application? Take a motion, please.
Motion to grant the application for a period of 3 years.
All in favor?
Aye.
Application is granted for 3 years. Thank you.
Application 794-24, Pedro Cordova, permission to leave, second-story addition, 5.4 by 8, having side yard of 17.1 feet instead of required 18 feet, total side yards of 27.5 feet instead of required 36 feet, and to install cellar entrance, leaving side yard of 13.43 feet instead of required 18 feet. Residence AA District, north side of Ocean Avenue, 150 feet east of Fulton Street, Brentwood.
Good night with everybody. We already made a,
You could speak into the microphone and just give us your name and address.
okay, Pedro Cordova. It's 255 Ocean Avenue, Fulton.
Okay.
Okay. So we already made a petition for a permit, and we were told, like you said, that it was a little bit bigger, and so we were denied that petition. And that was made October 1 of October. We were denied on the 10th of October, and we're making another petition for the variance.
Okay, and you're looking for the side yard variances, et cetera?
Yes.
I don't think so. I think you applied to the building department and received it.
Planning, have any comments on this?
No comment.
No comments? Any questions from the board?
I'm just going to show this to Ed real quick.
Is there anyone else who would like to be heard in this application?
It's this dormer.
No, I take a motion, please. All in favor?
Aye.
Application is granted.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, everybody.
Thank
Good night.
Application 795-24, Hernan Hernandez Lara, permission to establish accessory apartment pursuant to Islip Town Code, Section 68-602. Residence A District, west side of Namdak Avenue, 375 feet north of Runyon Street, Bay Shore.
Good evening, Roxanne Trella, Dynamic Expediting Services, with offices at 231 Islip Avenue, Islip, New York. Here to establish an accessory apartment. It's owner-occupied, 777 square feet, and the driveway has been approved, other than requiring a hold harmless agreement, which was submitted to DPW.
Planning, any comments on this?
No comment.
No. Is there anyone else who would like to be heard in this application? I'll take a motion, please.
Motion to grant the application for a period of 3 years.
Second, all in favor? Aye. Application is granted for 3 years.
Thank you.
Application number 796-24, Thomas and Michelle Dykstra, permission to leave in-ground pool with water feature having rear yard of 7.4 feet instead of required 10 feet, pool patio on side property line and having rear yard of 3.7 feet instead of required 6 feet each, and shed having side yard of 1.7 feet instead of required 2 feet. Residence B District, east side of Alwick Avenue, 412.05 feet south of Burling Avenue, West Islip.
Good evening again, Roxanne Trella, Dynamic Expediting Services, with offices at 231 Islip Avenue. I do also just want to add the driveway to the call of the meeting. It was supposed to be on the denial. It's 2 feet instead of the 4 feet that are required.
Amend to include driveway.
So,
Make a motion to amend the application to include the driveway at 2 feet rather than 4 feet.
second, all in favor?
Thank you.
Go ahead. Planning, any comments on this application?
No comments.
No, any questions from the board? No. Anyone else like to be heard in this application? Take a motion, please.
Chairman, I make a motion to grant the application.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Application is granted.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Application number 797-24, Desmond and Nicole Lim. Permission to erect second-story addition, 27.2 by 41.1 irregular, leaving floor area ratio of 29.9% instead of permitted 25%, and to leave above-ground pool having rear yard of 6.6 feet instead of required 10 feet. Residence B District, north side of Ford Street, 240 feet west of Coates Avenue, Holbrook.
Eric Forensic, East Coast Design Build Incorporated, 207 Oakwood Avenue, Bayport, New York, 11705.
Do you want to open? It's, he did a nice,
Just on all of our parameters, yes?
it's
Planning, any comments on this?
No comment.
No, any questions from the board? No questions. Does anyone else like to be heard in this application? Take a motion, please.
Make a motion to approve the application.
All in favor? Application's granted.
Thank you. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year.
Thank you. Application number 798-24, Buffalo HMG LLC. Permission to erect two-story dwelling, leaving floor area ratio of 28.82% instead of permitted 25%. Residence B District, north side of St. Peter's Drive. Nobody's here on that application? Darn it. Darn it. We weren't supposed to end up with no-shows tonight. Application number 799-24, Amanda Barbara and Paul Hessian. Permission to erect portico, 5 by 9.6, leaving front yard of 26.1 feet, and second-story addition, 6 by 16, leaving front yard of 31.1 feet, instead of required 40 feet each, and floor area ratio of 31.6% instead of permitted 25%, and to erect detached garage, 18 by 27.5, having 5 feet behind the front line of the dwelling instead of required 20 feet. Residence A District, east side of Sequams Lane Center, 185 feet south of Sequams Lane, West Islip.
Good evening. Christopher Ang, 83 East Main Street, Patchogue, New York, 11772.
Last week, I see praise on you for staying under 30%. What happened?
Well, I did some research on the percentage. So we have percentages at 31.6 that's been granted by the board. So that's why it came in at 31.6.
Yeah, that neighborhood is jam-packed.
Correct.
Okay.
So we're proposing a front portico, and that's going to leave a 26.1 front yard setback, and where are we? Sorry, a rec portico leaving front yard 26.1, and a second-story addition, both leaving the front yard setback at. I'm sorry, no, the front portico is 26.1, and the second-story addition is 31.1 instead of the 40 feet required. The 31.6% FAR is, I feel it's in keeping with the character of the neighborhood. We did some research to see what the board has granted in the past, so that's why we kept it at 31.6.
How many 31.6s have you granted?
Maybe one or two?
Well, one or two.
Anything over 31.6 or?
No.
At least 4.
No, there is nothing over 31.6.
Yeah, at least 4.
Oh, okay,
At
sorry.
least how many?
At least 4.
Four.
At least four. Oh, he's helping you out.
I
Okay.
appreciate it.
So what are your feelings on this application?
What do you think? 4 is enough? No more?
Yeah, it's, the front yard and the FAR are both well supported. The only thing I have an issue with is the garage setback.
What is the garage set?
5 feet.
5 feet instead of 20 behind the front line.
Oh, wow. 5 instead of 20.
Can't push
What
it back.
what have you seen, anything?
No, it's not a very common request.
Can you push it back some, Mr. Ang, because it doesn't look, we're going to set a horrible precedent.
Yeah, I can push it back. I mean, how would the
What
board?
would you like it back planning that make you happy?
Well, I can help a little here, if you want. Yeah. So for a very, very long time, all accessory structures only needed to maintain a setback behind the front line of the dwelling of 10 feet. The board felt as if smaller structures should be given some permission to possibly come closer. So planning made a code amendment in that year, 2012, which you hear us quote often, where very, very small sheds could have 4 feet, and then everything else had to have 20.
Yeah.
I think that it's important to note that this is a 495 square foot accessory structure. So it's really at the upper limits of what would be the ones that the board often gives the 10 feet to.
So it's 10
10
feet is
feet.
your...
That's not really what I said, but that's fine.
We don't want to set bad
Right.
precedent.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
It's 10 feet is what we normally do for moderate-size accessory
10
structures.
feet's normally what we do for like a shed. Sheds are, obviously.
this is much larger. so
Well,
let's go
take-
back a little
Structure, but-
further.
Well, it's up to you all, but it's,
How about- Can it go back 15? We'll be generous and give you 5 feet. Can it go back 15? Sure.
15 would be, I would have to consult my client. I spoke to them today. They would agree to 10 feet right now, but if we're going back.
They don't need to agree. You don't have to agree, yeah, we'll just, we're gonna do it. We'll decree it, and then you don't have anything to explain to your client.
Oh, okay, all right.
Isn't that good?
Yeah, that sounds good.
We'd like to help.
They would be happy.
I'm gonna go out on a limb. Is there anyone else here that'd like to be heard in this application?
Chris, if this garage is proposed at 495 square feet, I need you to do your normal warning that you do.
Oh, right, yeah, here you go.
They gotta be really careful, because if this, we count from the siding.
Correct.
So they could easily accidentally go over.
I will make sure that we count it from the siding and not go over the,
It's prudent
5.
advice, yeah.
Yeah, 'cause that'll be an expensive Google.
yes.
And then the whole structure would count in FAR.
Correct.
I would not be able to get that approved.
All right, so I'll take the motion.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'm going to make the motion that we deny so much the application seeking 5 feet behind the front line. However, this season, the generosity of our heart, 15 feet instead of...
Oh, wait, no,
Remainder of the application.
No, I would be able to get the client to agree to 10 feet, not 15 feet.
No,
Well,
but
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if they agree, we're telling you what we're getting.
Okay.
This isn't a negotiation.
we set the parameters.
So I guess they're reevaluating the goodness of your heart.
Would you rather we reserve? We could reserve.
Yeah, would you mind if I reserve this, just so I can,
Well, it's not gonna change.
It's not, yeah, it's going to be 15, but you want to reserve it?
if you don't mind, yeah, just so I can.
Okay. Reserve it to what end? You want to come back?
Yes,
To what? That's not, you want an adjourn.
yeah, an adjournment, I'm sorry, not
Okay.
a reserve, an
That's up to our
adjournment.
chairman.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Take a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Application's adjourned.
Thank you. I
We're
appreciate
adjourning it for 15 feet, I mean for, whatever.
it. All right, thank you.
Good luck.
Have a great holiday, Merry Christmas.
I can't believe nobody's here on this next application. Oh, maybe he's out there? Oh, he's out there, great. Application number 800-24, Easton Home Building Corp. Permission to erect two-story dwelling on lot having width of 101.73 feet instead of required 150 feet throughout. Lot area of 23,329 square feet instead of required 40,000 square feet. Total side yards of 58.8 feet instead of required 60 feet. Wetlands yield of 0.43 instead of required 1, and to leave surplus of 301 cubic yards of fill in the floodplain. Residence AAA District, east side of Elder Road, 958.82 feet south of Smith Avenue, Islip.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman, members of the board. I've never seen a board go through 15 applications so quickly.
Our Christmas party is after this.
Take that as a compliment. Darrell J. Conway, 57 West Main Street, Babylon, New York, appearing on behalf of the applicant, Easton Home Building Corp., at 1405 Deer Park Avenue, North Babylon, New York. The subject site is 85 Elder Street, Islip, New York. Tax map, District 500, Section 462, Block 2, Lot 30. It is zoned residence AAA. The requested relief is to erect a two-story dwelling. We are requesting relief of diminished lot width from 150 feet to 101.73, diminished lot area from 40,000 square feet to 23,329 feet, diminished total side yards from 60 feet to 58.8, diminished wetland yield from 1.10 to 0.43, and leave 301 cubic yards of fill in the floodplain.
You read it first.
The history of this lot is important. There was a prior residence on this lot. It was a one-family residence that was constructed on the exact same lot in 1956. A certificate of occupancy was issued on September 28, 1956. I'm happy to say, before I was even born, and I offer this CO for the board.
Mr. Conway, good to see you. How are you?
I'm sorry?
I said it's good to see you.
Good to see you. I haven't seen you in at least a week.
Yeah, okay. Let me just ask you a question, Mr. Conway. I see a zoning board decision from December 12, 2017. You are aware of it?
If you give me 5 minutes, I'll give it to you.
Okay, the question is, are you basically building the exact same thing?
Actually, less intrusive. It's a smaller house. And as I was going to say, in 2012, unfortunately, the existing home that was built in 1956 was destroyed by Superstorm Hurricane Sandy, and it was torn down to its foundation. In 2017, you, as one of them, Mr. Wexler, voted on an application that approved a variance granting the construction of a two-story dwelling, obviously the same lot area, and with actually more of variance, slightly more, nothing extravagant, slightly more of the variances that are requested in the instant application. I offer that decision from the board. The surrounding community it's an established community by the water in Islip.
Holy Jesus.
I'll stay away from the microphone. Literally, if you go directly south of the town hall, all the lots are improved. It was a subdivision that was, or a development that was really developed back in the 50s. And they're all improved. They're basically developed on half-acre lots. I have this lot, this subject lot is a little bit bigger than the two adjoining lots to the south, but very much in conformance with the entire community.
Can I just interrupt, Mr. Conway? So what you're saying is you're building the same or slightly less than what was existing?
I am.
Okay, I think that works for all of us here.
Planning, any comments on this?
If I could just offer this tax map since I did all the artwork on it.
All right.
Don't snap victory.
I got it, I got it. With that, I would be, I just want to let the board know the rendering that.
Beautiful.
Of what is going to be constructed.
Beautiful.
It's a beautiful house. It is in conformance with the community. It will be an asset to the community. It will enhance the value of the surrounding homes. With that, I will offer any questions from the board.
Planning, do you have any comments on this?
As was pointed out, it's relatively similar, if not better, than what's been previously approved here.
The only
The
change.
fill in the floodplain is being
Yeah,
added
just-
here. I spoke with engineering. They believe it can be designed in such a way that it shouldn't cause an issue.
Yeah, you were going to come back here anyway because of the floodplain issues and the compensating excavations, so,
It's my understanding that's why we had to come back, yes.
yes.
Yeah.
Is anyone else who'd like to be heard in this application? All right, I'll take a motion, please.
Mr. Chairman, I'll make a motion to grant the application.
Second. All in favor? Aye. Application's granted.
Just wanted to describe the house. It's a beautiful house.
We see that.
It's beautiful.
Thank you very much. Have a good night.
Good luck.
15 minutes.
Application number 696-24, Muna Zaidi, permission to erect two-story addition, 20 by 33.3, leaving floor area ratio of 38% instead of permitted 25%, and to leave driveway having front yard occupancy of 48% instead of permitted 40%. Residence B District, southwest corner of Monroe Avenue and Pine Street, Brentwood.
Good evening, members of the board. My name is Dean Katsubis. Before we begin, I know, I know I was the last case. My clients are on their way. They're just a few moments behind schedule. Is there any way to wait for them?
No, we have a meeting right after, so we've got to move.
All right, I understand.
Can I ask you a question
Yes.
right off the bat?
Okay.
Right off the bat.
Okay.
38% FAR instead of 25%.
Okay.
What precedent do you have that that's the nature and character of the neighborhood?
Okay, so we understand. I spoke to my clients about it. I actually spoke to Ms. Passaro this afternoon about this. We understand that this is a substantial case, and ultimately we are going to ask for an adjournment.
All right, then take it. We don't need clients for it.
You want an adjournment now?
Yeah, if I can ask for an adjournment.
Absolutely.
All right, take a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
All right, application's adjourned.
All right, easy. Thank you, I appreciate it.
Okay, we just have 3 applications to read into.
Hold on, let's just see.
Yeah, this is them. No, this is his clients. Stick with the
I think
agenda.
you gotta call Buffalo HMG again.
Yeah.
I'd call it.
It didn't show.
Didn't show.
He's a house builder and he doesn't live there. so-
Buffalo HMG?
I guess they're extinct. So you don't want to open this up, right? You don't want to open this up.
You gave me the journal.
Okay, everybody. No, can't just yet. Here, pass these down. We're timed out on these. This is the hearing you missed.
Two, yes. 582.
Application number 582-24, Lisa and Michael Manzo. In accordance with the proposed written decision dated December 17, 2024, the application is denied. On motion of
All in favor?
Aye.
Mr. McCabe, having read and reviewed the record. Application number 515-24, Troy McCabe. In accordance with a proposed written decision dated December 17, 2024, the application is denied the second front yard of 15.3 feet instead of required 22 feet and granted as to the remainder of the application. On motion of
Second.
All in favor?
Mr. McCabe, having read and reviewed. Application number 591-24, David Ferrara Living Trust and Karen Ferrara Living Trust. In accordance with a proposed written decision dated December 17, 2024, the application is denied the one-story addition having a side yard of 7.5 feet and the rear yard of 8.3 feet for the shed, and granted the remainder of the application. On motion of
Second.
All in favor?
Mr. McCabe, having read and reviewed. That's a wrap, Ken. No accessory apartments to renew tonight.
Wow.